You now can generate scope of appointments and ACA consent forms directly from appointment scheduling. To do so, you need to do a few steps first. So you will first go to Settings. I'm going to go to Email, Columns, Calendar, and Other. I will scroll down and enable electronic scope of appointments. I'm currently in a basic account plan showing you on a single user, so an agent basic plan. I'm going to also show you on an AMS plan with multiple users in a moment, but that's why you only see the option for electronic scope of appointments and you do not see the ACA consent, which is only available on AMS plans. Okay, so back to this. Electronic scope of appointments enable. You can either have them type in or a signature pad. Typed in is easier. The default plans to represent. So you'll put in the holistic number of plans you represent. So let's say 7 carriers with 170 plans. And then we'll scroll down and we'll save. You'll also want to make sure that you've got your email SMTP set up. That's covered in another video. I'm going to skip over that. Hit Submit Settings. Now, on the user level, you'll go to Account, My Information, to the SOA page. You're going to add in your signature and save. You're going to add your sales rep ID. Most of the time, this is going to be your NPN number. I'll put it as my default, but sometimes you have states where your license number is the required identification. So this might be California license, and then that's that one. And you can make that the default instead, but I'll just leave the NPN as the default in this case. So now you're set up as the user. You can then go to Settings and Appointment Scheduling and add a new schedule. We'll say this is going to be 60 minutes. I'm going to put it to my category of appointment. My recommendation is if you have both scope of appointment generation needs and ACA generation needs, you would actually create different appointment categories, which I'll show you at the end of the video. So, but right now I'll just leave this as appointment. Set the time frame. So maybe I want that to be at 9 a.m. till 5, Monday through Friday. If it's AEP, I would probably make it instead of just 2 weeks in advance that they can schedule to maybe 30 days. Days before first appointment. Since this is a scope of appointment generation, I need that 48 hours minimum to have the it be signed. So let's do 3 days. They can book 3 days in advance of the appointment. And then here we're going to say that this is going to be Medicare. The reason why we're putting this little path in here, this calendar link, is to generate a specific URL for this appointment scheduler. The sales blurb could be something like, I am a licensed agent with representing 6 carriers with 170 plans. I've been an agent for over 40 years, whatever you want to say, right? Then the instructions can be something like um, fill out this form and remember to bring your ID and MBI to the meeting. Okay, this confirmation thank you page. This is probably the only time that I'm going to tell you create a duplicate tab. So here, we're going to go up here and we're going to duplicate this tab. And I'm going to go to landing pages. And then I'm going to grab this meeting confirmation or SOA thank you page. We already have an SOA thank you page. I think that a meeting confirmation page would be a good idea to add or edit. So if I edit this one, I can see how it's going to look to my leader and my client. I can change this image. I can do whatever I want to do with this. Okay. Once you're done, you're going to hit update and then you're going to hit publish so that it says yes. And then if I click on this link, it's going to bring me to the appointment confirmation link. So now I'm going to go back here. I'm going to paste that confirmation thank you page link in there. And then I'm going to say how many appointments per time slot. So if you're doing an appointment like something that's going to be requiring an SOA, it's going to be one, unless you're doing a seminar, which then would be 100, right? So however many people can fit in that room. But if it's possibly a person that's going to bring their spouse along, you're still just going to do one so that way you don't get double booked. Users, you're going to say that it's for me. Any additional fields that you want to know on that form, you can add as many as you want. You can sort them. So I'm going to say, I want to know the plan requested first, then their prior insurance, or maybe benefits requested, and then 3. And then this is where I can choose to generate that scope of appointment. It's going to give me my default sales rep ID. I can also change it. So if I need it to be that California license, I'm going to say online scheduler is the initial method of contact. If I want to edit my number of carriers and plans, so maybe for this one, I really only have 4 carriers with maybe 98 plans. And then I'm going to submit that setting. Now when this person books a time with me, sample person, email, and then maybe they'll tell me their prior insurance was employer plan, PPO. Great. Okay, now I get that landing page. And now if I go back to my leads page, I will have sample person in there. They were created through the appointment scheduler. Their event is right here. And their requested scope of appointment is in their files. And we can see that we requested it on this date. If they haven't filled out their form with enough time, what we can do is email it to them again. We could also text it to them again if we have their cell phone in the cell phone field, and we can open it for a signature for them. Then they'll hit submit. That's been completed. So now if I go back here to the files, it's now been completed. I see the signature required information, and I can download it so that way I can view it or print it out for them. Okay, so that's how you do it on a single agent plan. Now let me go over here to a larger demo account, which has the AMS. So it also has the availability for you to enable the ACA consent. So that is here for you. And then if I go down here to my settings and I go to appointment scheduling, I can add it in on the account level if I wanted to. I'm going to select, maybe it's a Medicare appointment. I'm going to do all the same things that I was doing before, but now what's important is you can only, if you're going to be using either ACA or SOA, you have to associate it with the user. So here I can generate that SOA and I've got to assign the agent. Or I can create the SOA and I have to select the agent again. So that's the only difference really, is that you would be able to, if you're a single user, you don't have to select yourself as the agent. If you're a multi-user account, you have to select the agent. Now, if you are a multi-user account, I would recommend actually having your agents go to Account My Information, Appointment Scheduling, and fill it out themselves so they can add in their own schedule here. And again, at the bottom here, it will ask them what their user is. So even though they're filling it out for themselves, they still have to select themselves as the user. Additionally, once they've actually created that appointment calendar, I think it's best for them to copy this link and put it into their information section and pop it into the calendar link. This will allow you to use a template. Let me show you in templates. If you go to maybe the blank signature template that I've created for you, we can edit that. And I've added in this button as a default for you where it says schedule an appointment now. But if you look over here, the URL is hashtag agent calendar link hashtag. That's telling the system, hey system, pull who's ever the assigned agent on this email, pull their calendar information from account agent calendar link. So this is the field name that you're seeing between these little hashtags. This is the field name. So it's saying pull from the field here. It's the agent calendar link field. So hopefully that helps you. The other thing I wanted to just quickly cover is if you go to settings, you can go to tasks and reminder categories and create new ones. So here I've got an ACA one. I can add in as many as I want. So you could add an ACA versus Medicare um, annual appointment. This would be a task. We would mark it as busy. Another nice feature that we have is you can have appointment options so that way you can track your outcomes of the appointment, like sale made, presentation without sale, etc., to see the success of your appointments. That's an option for you. You can change your background color, you can change your text color, whatever you want to do, and then hit create. And that will create a new category so you can be specific. Another reason why that's helpful is if you go into appointment reminders in settings, you can create as many reminders as you want with specific categories. So for the ACA appointment, maybe 15 minutes before the reminder time, you would send a text message and you'd say, hi, first name. Uh, Looking forward to seeing you in 15 minutes at, then I'll grab the appointment location for our ACA annual enrollment appointment, right? So you can be specific um, with them. Please bring and whatever they need, and then your name, right? And then you would send that to the record. So the record meaning the lead or the client. So you can also send it to the assigned agent or a specific agent and then hit create. So that's why it's helpful for you to use these appointment categories to be specific so you can give them specific details. All right, there are a lot of other elements to this, so I'm going to link in this all of the other training materials, but I just wanted to let you know about the update to the appointment calendar where you can now generate the ACA consent and the scope of appointment from here. There will be edits to the current videos that we have for training, but you can always go to help.radiusthought.com and check out any of the appointment scheduler, reminders, electronic scope of appointment, all this good stuff is available for you. All right, everybody. Hope this feature is helpful in a successful AAP for you.